Joining me in the studio now is a lady by the name of Birgitta Kenyon. Hi, Birgitta. How are you?
Good morning. Lovely, thank you. Very pleased to be here.
Indeed. In fact, you've moved from Bury St Edmunds to Diss recently, haven't you?
That's right. Yep, just been here over a year.
And how are you finding Diss?
I'm really enjoying it. It's really cute. Lovely old houses and it's all rural and stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
And you were telling me you saw a chicken run across the road recently.
I actually saw a chicken cross the road. And one morning we got up and there were two little ducks sitting in the garden.
Oh, wonderful. Do you know, I remember when I first moved to Norfolk, interesting thing, because our house wasn't ready and we parked the caravan that we were staying in at the time on the front garden. And I opened the door in the morning and a squirrel ran across the grass. And I thought, yep, this will do for me. So I can imagine how you feel. Now, let's find out more about you, Birgitta. You spend much of your time in theatre and cabaret and that kind of thing. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, a long time ago, longer than we're going to talk about, I trained as a classical pianist and singer, vocal coach. And then over the years, I don't know, either low boredom threshold or nosy and inquisitive, but I keep trying to learn new skills in the music trade. So when I was 40, I did a musical theatre postgrad and then I retrained in cabaret as well. So I guess it just means that I'm not short of work because I can do lots of different things, not necessarily brilliantly, but it's fun, yeah.
I've got a note here that as a concert pianist, you latterly played Rachmaninoff's Second Piano Concerto and Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue, which sounds very grand.
I guess so, but yeah, it takes a lot of work, but it's really fun, yeah. It's nice to have that.
Now, you've been in demand as a choral workshop leader as well, and here we come now to the kind of main reason for you being here today.
Yes.
The Voice Squad. Tell me what the Voice Squad is all about.
The Voice Squad, well, when I first moved to Bury 30 years ago, pretty much exactly, I was working in a dance school that no longer exists, but then met all these young children who were really lovely singers and lovely performers, and I was individually teaching singing. And at that point, because my dad was an amazing choral singer and ensemble singer, and I thought, you know what, it's really ridiculous. These guys are all really good singers. Why am I not putting them together on stage as a choir? So we started with 10 of them, all crammed into my lounge in a little terraced house in the middle of Bury. And when they started spilling out onto the back pavement, I had to get somewhere to pay for. And that's how it started. Yeah.
Okay. And then you moved from Bury and your tiny little lounge with loads of people in to Diss, of course.
That's right.
How long ago was that?
So I've only been in Diss a year, and Bury been going for about 29 years. So yeah, it's 30 this year. But it kind of just kept getting bigger. I kept having to move to somewhere bigger and get bigger venues to perform in. So the Bury lot now, there's about 120 of them of various age groups. And the Diss lot, we've only been going in Diss for a year now, so we're over 20. So yeah, good.
So what's the idea of the Voice Squad? What does it actually do?
Right, the Voice Squad is a young singers thing. So we have a group for very small people, a group for medium people, and then a group for, the oldest is 20 at the moment. And it's so singing is lovely because it really brings young people together. It gives them confidence. I've had so much feedback over the years from people who've gone on to perform, but also, you know, they've said, God, I went for a job interview and I would never have had the confidence to do that had I not had all this time, you know, on the stage and building companionship with other people. So we perform choral stuff, but we do shows. It's all movement, it's harmonies, it's costumes, or it's not costumes. It's anything to do with singing and stage and having fun.
So where have you done shows? Around here? Or?
All over, yeah. We've done a good 40 or 50 shows over the year in the Theatre Royal in Bury and the Apex in Bury. But we've done a lot of national competitions and that sort of stuff. So we've been lucky to sing in the Albert Hall, the Palladium, Snape Maltings, Manchester, the Bridgewater and that sort of stuff. So,
some fantastic places there for sure. Yeah. What's it like being in the Albert Hall and performing there?
Absolutely astonishing. I remember we were ready to go on, and there was a very small boy who was one of our group now. He's a grown-up man now, and he's a doctor, but he just looked at me and said, "Is there a bucket anywhere near?"
Oh, darling.
I know. But the actual thrill of doing it, one of the things we got to do was we'd done a version of Thriller, and the guys were all dressed up in rags and bloodied faces and black eyes and stuff, and they permitted us to do like a a flash mob at the Albert Hall. So we all came in different entrances and they were crawling around the audience and scaring small children until we got on the stage and did the actual performance. So it's all, a bit different and a bit fun. That was just amazing.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to join the Voice Squad here in Dis, because,
Yes.
I mean, you've got about 21 people in the so-called squad at the moment, I understand. If somebody thought, I quite fancy having a go at singing, what would they do?
Right, we meet on Mondays. We sing at the Methodist Church on Victoria Road.
Oh, not your front lounge then?
No longer the front lounge. You've got to keep some things for yourself, haven't you?
Full of chickens, probably, and ducks and things, yeah. Yeah, okay, carry on.
So we meet after school on a Monday evening, and there's a group for younger people at 4, and then the medium-sized people around about 5, and then the older people from 6 till 7. And I just invite people to come along, sing for a session. If they don't like it, then they can go home, and I'll never hound them again. And if they stay, then they join up. We meet every week in term time. We did the Dis Carnival last year and the Mayor's Christmas Carol concert at Christmas. So we're having fun and getting invited to come and sing places in Dis now, which is great.
If people want to join, do they need to have experience of singing? Please don't ask me. I was set up actually out there, incidentally. Katie was saying that you and I ought to sing a duo or something. It's not going to happen.
Oh.
Not even with Ben Lake, who's on later on as well. So do they need to have singing experience?
No, everyone can sing. I'm sure you can.
No, I'm not going there. Not publicly, anyhow.
It's not an experience thing, because I kind of think, we've been doing it for long enough that we should be able to take anyone who wants to sing and would love to sing and work with them until they're sort of confident in their own skills.
So you're a qualified singing teacher as well, are you?
Yeah.
And you also conduct and do various other things. So you're well equipped to actually turn kind of pig's ears into sock purses, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, but they're always really enthusiastic, and they come along and we just have they entertain me as much as I entertain them, if I'm honest.
Go on, tell me the truth. Do you ever get someone who you think there is no hope for this person?
Not really, because I think people, if there's anyone who just feels like it's not for them, then they'll decide that for themselves and they'll go and do something that suits them better. So it's never really the case that happens.
Okay, and you've been on TV a few times as well, haven't you? Tell us about that.
We were on a couple of times at Christmas. We got invited to do a slot on Anglia TV, and then we also entered Welsh Eisteddfod. We went to Wales for a day, and we competed in the Eisteddfod, and we were on Welsh TV. And weirdly, one of my old singing teachers, who's Welsh, saw us on TV and texted me, "I've just seen you on TV." Good I can't do a Welsh accent.
Do you know, it's happened to me before on radio as well, where I've got a message out of the blue from someone says, is that Paul Stephen who used to be on radio in such and such a place? And yes, it is. And in fact, I tracked down an old friend of mine in North Norfolk in exactly that way as well.
Amazing.
Okay, so you're having a great time here in Dis. You're looking for more people to join the Voice Squad, and
yes.
And to what end? I mean, what have you got planned in the future?
Right, well, at the moment, when we are invited to do stuff as the Dis group, sometimes I kind of feel like the venue is a bit big for the amount of people that we have to perform. So we'll get some of the Berry people over and we'll augment it so that we can do it with confidence, because I don't want to put anyone on the stage like in an exposed any sort of way that is scary for them. But the ideal would really be that we've got decent sized groups that Dis can be independent, and we can start doing large scale musicals here too. We're still doing them in Bury. We're preparing for Chicago at the moment, and we'll be doing Frozen later this year. And it would be great if we can get a size of youth singing in Dis, that Dis can be independent and start doing its big musicals here too.
Oh, so you've got plans to actually put performances on here in Dis, presumably at Dis Cornhall, I imagine.
Oh, that would be lovely, but as soon as we've got the numbers that we can start looking at doing that kind of thing, then hopefully it will take off and we can do that. Yeah,
it's a shame, really, you didn't bring some of your singers in today. You could have given us a rendition of some of your tunes, and maybe we'll do that in the future, perhaps.
Lovely.
Well, listen, if people want to become involved with the Voice Squad, which am I right in saying there are kind of almost like franchises all over the country, or is it just in this area?
Literally just Bury and Diss. It's just the two groups.
So you're spreading the good word. You brought
Yeah.
it from Bury St Edmunds to Diss. It's a huge opportunity for anyone who wants to sing, obviously. And if they do want to sing and avail themselves of, well, you're teaching as well, I guess. How does that work?
Well, the easiest thing is just to get in touch, and we can communicate over details. We have a website, which is the Voice Squad, and a Facebook page, and Twitter and Instagram. So we're contactable through all those mediums. And as soon as I hear from anyone, then I'm in touch with them, and we work out when they can come and what they can try and do, and have a little chat about what they want. Sometimes they know someone there, so they'll come as a friend, or they'll bring a friend to make themselves feel a bit more comfortable. So yeah, anything goes.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful way of spending time, there's no
you.
doubt. I think it's worthwhile just going through who the different age groups are
Yes.
that can join the Voice Squad, because before anyone else who's old like me says they want to learn to sing, it's not really for you, is it?
Well, there has been an adult voice squad in the past, but there isn't one currently. Your face, if,
No.
if the listeners could see you.
No, and if Katie is listening, no. So what are the age groups you cater for?
Okay, the age group. So we have the Voice Squad Cadets A, which is age, we've got the youngest joined at 4 last year, and the oldest is 8 in that. They sing from 4 o'clock. And then directly following them at 4:45, we have age 9 to about 12. And then so that's for an hour, and then the oldest group meets at 10 to 6, and they get an hour and a quarter, and they are from aged 13 up to 20 currently.
Sounds like a real fun time for those who are of that bent. if
Yeah,
you like.
I
Is
really
that
think
right?
so. I think so. Yeah, we do some varied stuff. I'll bring props sometimes, and we'll do stuff with kazoos or with hats and canes, or sing a harmony song kind of thing. It's very varied, and they pick up a lot of different skills, and we laugh a lot.
I used to have a kazoo.
Did you?
That's many years back, actually. I could come along and play the... No, maybe I couldn't. I don't think I will, actually. But, Birgitta, it's great to have you in the studio here today, I must say. And maybe we'll work on that idea of you bringing some of your chorus in.
Oh, they would love
and
it.
giving us a song, actually. And it might be a good experience for them as well, I guess.
I think so, yeah. They would love the opportunity.
Well, we're going to watch out for your later performances and see whether or not you make Discorn Hall or whatever. Remind us once again of where people need to go if they want to sing. It's a Methodist Church?
The
you say?
Methodist Church on Victoria Road, which is pretty much opposite Tesco's, and that's on a Monday night during term time. And contact me via the Voice Squad website or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those things. Easily get hold of us.
It's been great meeting you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I wish you so much luck here
Thank you.
in Diss as well, and may it be as successful as the Voice Squad you set up in Bury St Edmunds. And never know, we might see you again here on Park Radio.
Paul, thank you very much for having me.